What's going on, traders? Today marks day number 13 of the $5,000 account challenge. We're up $1,322 on the day. I took 2 trades and I was actually sized down today. You would think I was trading with full size and just took 1 trade, but I took 2 trades with smaller size and wound up yielding over $1,000 profit. The 2 trades I took, they're both on Apple. So here's the deal. Apple had a gap up this morning. Originally, I was bearish on Apple, right? But it's been holding the support. It gapped up this morning due to a positive reaction to a news catalyst. And anytime you have a news catalyst on a stock, it's always going to be a fun time trying to trade it. So here's the deal. Apple opens up and runs. I had a long idea on this above 207, which is your pre-market high. You know what we do. Don't chase the move. Wait for the dip. Now, in most cases, I would be looking for a dip down to 207. And today, indeed, I was doing just that. I was looking for the pullback to 207. But because of the news catalyst, I knew that there was a chance that Apple continued to run. And let me zoom out so you can see that's exactly what happened. So in an effort to, number 1, mitigate the risk, but number 2, also not miss the trade, what I decided to do was take the entry on the first dip that was offered with a smaller position size. That way, if the stock pulled back against me, I could add to my position, lower my cost basis, or if it was really selling off, just cut it for a loss with a smaller size. That helps mitigate the risk. But this also allows me to be in the trade in the event that this does take off, which is what happened. Now, this forms a bull pennant pattern here and eventually does break out. I do not get my add to this position. I was in with about $2,500, so half size, right? We get the run up to the high of day, and in a lot of cases, I'm also just looking for 20% profit. But because of the news catalyst, that changes the whole dynamic of this setup today. I decided I'm going to look for more than 20%. I think that we could probably get 40% out of this. And sure enough, we did. We got the rally up into the high of day. I wound up closing it on this peak here for right at about 40% profit. And then it pulls back. So I said, okay, well, we can start to look for a dip entry, for a re-entry. Usually when you have a pattern breakout like this, the area where the stock breaks out of the pattern is a hidden level of support. So I was looking for a pullback to that support point, which we never got. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and this just kept consolidating. SPY at one point was down at the low of day, and this was still holding up here. All of these little dips were getting bought, and at some point I just said, you know what? Let's just send it. We're up on this trade already. Let's really mitigate the risk by, again, sizing down on a position. But we've got this intraday support established at about 209.5. Let's take an entry off 209.5 and look for the rally up to and through the high of day. And that's exactly what we did. And that's exactly what we got. So we took the entry here off the support point, risking off just below. Never had to worry about it. It held the support. We were green on this trade pretty much the whole time. And I wound up taking only about 15% profit over here. And again, I was in with about half position size, $2,500. So those 2 profits at 40% and 15% add up to a $1,322 gain. But before you click away from this video, I need you to just hang out for a second, because if you think that I'm the only one making the profits on these trades, you are mistaken. Look at this. Lee with $106 and $165. First time ever scaling out of a trade, and that was well executed, my friend. We had Sam with $388 on the day. Apple, $230 on the day from Captain Crunch. $300 on Apple. 47% on Apple. $675 on Apple. $93. $196. These are all members of the Discord server posting real profits. $150 on Apple, $666 on Apple, $80 on the day. This member's new to the server, made $107 on Apple today, paid for the subscription times 2 in a single day. $513, $157, $1,013, $1,680 on Apple. This member up $1,495 on the day. This member up $6,024 on Apple and PLTR, which was another name called out in the live trading. I'm showing you this for one, to highlight these members, but also to show you that the system and strategies taught here really work. I trade live every single day for the duration of the $5,000 account challenge, and if you'd like to join, it's not too late. Start at any time with any amount. What's important is that you get in here and start learning this stuff from me, because the longer that you wait, the further behind you're going to be. What I'll do is put the link in the description of this video, so click on that, sign up for the WAP. That'll give you access to the Discord server and the live trading, and we'll see you tomorrow for day number 14 of the $5,000 account challenge. Cheers.